Welcome to the Tea Mind. I'm Erica, and this is your weekly pause to put the kettle on, slow down, and reconnect with what really matters. We live in the space between what was and what is about to be, and tomorrow night we find ourselves standing right there, one foot in the year that's fading, and one foot in the one that hasn't quite arrived. This threshold between years is sacred, so I invite you to cross it slowly together. Hi, I'm Erica, and welcome back to this week's Tea Mind podcast. This episode is released on December the 30th, and we're halfway through our between years journey. And tonight we pause in the doorway. I do hope you're enjoying our 12 days of tea routine so far. And if you've not yet joined in between years, please do listen back to the last episode and join in on Substack. All the links are in the show notes. It's all about feeling rather than pushing, planning, and goal setting. It's about honouring everything that's come before and gently turning towards what comes next. So if you can, make this episode a quiet one. Put on a warm light, wrap yourself in something soft and cosy, and let's brew a tea that holds us as we steady ourselves, getting ready to pivot for the year ahead. This isn't about making a master plan for 2026. It's about creating enough stillness to hear your quiet voice within, the one that knows when it's time to move and when it's time to stay. So let's take this time together. And before you sip whatever tea it is you're brewing today, just pause for a moment, placing your feet gently on the floor, resting your hands in your lap or on your heart if it's safe to do so. And then take a deep breath in and a longer breath out. Just noticing that you've arrived. Noticing that you are soft and still. And let this space just hold everything that you've carried this year and everything that you're ready to put down. Feeling the threshold in your body. Maybe it's a fluttering in your chest or a little stretch in your spine or a gentle ache in your bones. These are all signs of transition. You are in between, and that is a really powerful place to be. So, today I invite you to brew any black tea of your choosing, something grounding, warming, and strong. And I'm drinking Chinese tea hearts, which are really small pressed hearts that open really softly and gently in hot water, releasing their earthy depth and long, gentle sweetness. And as your tea brews, just notice the form of the leaves and notice how they open slowly, not all at once, and let that dictate your pace. Black tea, especially when it's in dense forms like this, invites patience as the flavours develop really slowly. And you don't rush it, you sit with it. And this is where fire, the fire element, meets earth. The heat transforms something solid without destroying it, which is a perfect metaphor for this time of year. So as your tea steeps, ask yourself gently, what am I ready to leave behind with gratitude? And what am I stepping towards heart first? So let your answers come to you quietly without trying to fix anything or figure anything out. This is a time for listening, not deciding. And just let yourself have this gentle in between space. So, over the year, over 2025, as I've been really focusing on my own tea practice and tea routines, I've really noticed that the more I've committed to pausing for tea every day, even just for a few minutes at a time, and quietening my mind, and the more calm and grounded that I've felt. And from that place, I've really been able to be more present for moments that have really mattered throughout the year. And I think that really helps to solidify and build up memories, which after all is what matters. And I've been able to see the bigger picture more rather than being stuck in the detail a lot of the time. And I have felt as I've gone on, there's a cumulative effect that it's been easier to let go of fear and also to think bigger and play bigger in ways that used to scare me. And having more presence has really helped me to say yes to things as well that felt just out of reach. And it's helped me to say no to things that used to run my schedule. And I have really noticed that by stopping rushing, I've been able to see things more clearly. Don't get me wrong, I'm still busy, busy, busy like everybody, but having these moments built into my day, these little pauses that I can retreat to, has really, really helped. And that's what these days between years are all about. Maybe you've noticed something softening in yourself too. Perhaps you're more in tune with your energy. Maybe you've let go of guilt for choosing rest. Maybe you've started doing something like walking on the beach at midday because that's what your soul really needed. We've been conditioned to think that success looks like constant motion and busyness, but I think that the real transformation actually begins with stillness. And these small shifts aren't small at all. They're actually threshold moments that can really change our lives. So as you hold your tea now, without rushing, just gently let your cup warm your hands and the steam rise into the quiet space. And as you take your first sip, let it be slow and really notice the moment without forcing, without any sort of pressure, just being present as you turn towards a new year without needing to conquer it. And just feel that settle for a moment. There's nothing urgent. You're not behind. You're right where you're meant to be. And at some point over the next few days, you might feel a subtle shift, perhaps a change in the light, a flicker of readiness. And when it comes, just pause, taking in a deep breath, exhaling what is complete, and inhaling what is possible. And notice what stays with you after that breath. Perhaps it's a word or a sensation in your body, or maybe a quiet known. And use that as a sign for the year ahead. Not a prediction, but a presence. And let that guide you forward gently. So I invite you now to just write down one word for the year ahead. Not a goal or a resolution, but a quality that you would love to live from in the year coming forward. Something that you can, a word that you can really go back to and use it as an anchor. Maybe it's something like ease or clarity or joy or strength. Just take a moment to notice what that word is for you now and just trust it. And then if you want, you can write down that word and place it under your cup and let your tea infuse it with quiet intention. And as you sit with your tea today, just say to yourself softly, I cross with care. You're not rushing into the year ahead, you're stepping into it, aware, open, and whole, crossing into this new rhythm without rushing. You're exactly where you're meant to be. This new year doesn't need you to be more, it just needs you to be present. So as you sip your tea slowly, let this moment close gently and notice the wisdom in these still moments that you can return to again and again whenever you need it. So if this reflection today has settled something in you, I'd love you to join us for the final few days of Between Years. We close on the 6th of January with a live closing circle. And if you want to carry this rhythm or this sort of in-between rhythm into the year ahead, I'd love you to join me in the Tea Mind membership, a space where we pause with purpose together all year long. So I popped all the link in the show notes. So do go gently and remember to pause for tea so that you can rebalance and thrive. That's it for today. I hope something landed. I hope something lifted. And if it did, share it with someone who needs a pause too. If you enjoyed this, you'll love the Tea Mind Substack, where the kettle's always on and we can connect more deeply. Until next time, stay present, sip slowly, and thanks for listening.